Welcome back, everybody. Chris Kidd with you for our final game of the evening, as this is our last game before the championship round tomorrow, as it has been moved up tomorrow's game till high noon. So the winner of this game will face off against Cerrito Canova for the state championship, as it is Mineral County against Sophia, as Cerrito Canova won 24-5 in the finals of the winners bracket against this Sophia team earlier tonight. As it is Bradbury on the mound. He is going up against Jackson Hare to lead things off. Hare 5 for 10 in this tournament. Has 4 singles, a double, 2 strikeouts, a ground out, hit into a fielder's choice, flew out, walked, and was hit by a pitch. He has 4 RBIs to go with that. And Caden Bradbury evened things up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here to the first batter of the game. As we said, Sophia had to use 4 pitchers in the last game. So Bradbury, one of the arms that is still available to them at this point. And as we said, that plays a big part in all this. It'll be Jackson Hare on the other end, but again, the bullpens are going to have to get the job done on both teams here if they want to meet Cerrito Canova tomorrow. And there, Bradbury gets it off to a good start as he strikes out Jackson Hare to begin the ball game. So 1 away here in the top of the first inning, and now to be Blake Jacobs. Jacobs 5 of 9 in the tournament. Has a solo home run, 2 singles, a triple, a double, hit into 2 fielders' choices, flew out, hit into a double play, had a sac fly and walked twice as he hits one up the middle, fielded there cleanly, throw over to first, not able to snag it was Nelson as Arthur made the stop, but unable to dig it out of the ground over at first base, so that allows Jacobs to reach. Jacobs had 6 RBIs in this tournament as well. You see it here on our replay. Took a nice hop right into Arthur, had to hurry the throw because of how quick Jacobs is, but unable to finish it off on the back end of that. So runner reaches. And that throw gets away back to Bradbury. And that was part of the undoing for Sophia in the last game, was 7 errors in that contest against Cerrito Canova, as they just jumped out early to a 4-0 lead, and then it just ballooned from there as that pitch gets away from Riddle. And that'll allow Jacobs to move up to second base. Now you have Jesus Perdue standing in. He's 9 of 12 in this tournament, 3 triples, 3 doubles, 3 singles. Has 2 walks, flew out, grounded out, and reached on an error. He has 11 RBIs in the tournament. Now let's see Jacobs and Perdue go over to their third base coach to discuss things. Well, while that's going on, let's run through the starting lineups here. Again, we'll go through Mineral County's lineup. Again, you saw Jackson Hare leading things off, then Blake Jacobs batting second. Jesus Perdue batting right now, the catcher. Batting cleanup is Lance Orndorff, the third baseman. Batting fifth is Lucas Williamson, the second baseman. Batting sixth is Cade Bauer, the first baseman. Batting seventh is center fielder Jeremiah Babo. In the 8th spot is left fielder Landon Catlett. And rounding out the lineup is Corbin McKenzie, the right fielder, as Braylon McGreevy and Carson Feaster will come off the bench. Defense for, or actually our umpires behind home plate, is Huey Lester. Then you have David Crone at first base and George Brooks at third base. As Perdue takes a strike on the outside corner, 1-2. You have Hajash in left field for Sophia, Linksweiler in center field, Lynch in right field, Williams at third, Arthur at short, Austin at second, and Nelson at first. Pitch misses inside 2-2. We said Bradbury on the mound with Riddle behind home plate. It's the 2-2 from Bradbury. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. And that's the first time in this tournament that anybody has struck out Jesus Perdue. And a big second out, as we said, everyone in this lineup for Mineral County dangerous, and now Lance Orndorff comes in. Orndorff 8 of 11 in this tournament and had 2 home runs, including the game winner against Fairmont on Saturday night. There's strike 1 from Bradbury, 0-1. And Ornsdorf, those 2 home runs, has 4 singles, 2 doubles, 2 walks, and 2 groundouts to his credit. Leads the tournament overall with 12 RBIs. This one slapped towards the right side, fielded there on 2 hops, over to first as Austin fires to Nelson to retire Orndorff here in the top of the first inning. So a much better start to the second game for Sophia than they had in game number 1 against Cerrito Canova. And we'll head to the bottom of the first inning with no score here from Central Greenbrier Little League Field, as you are listening to and watching the 2020 Little League State Tournament with us right here on Video Productions.
As a member of the military, a military family, or a veteran, the last thing you should have to worry about is your prescriptions. At your locally owned Health Mart pharmacy, we'll transfer your prescriptions for you with no interruptions in service. Our pharmacists will be there to help answer questions and share tips and advice with a friendly, knowledgeable smile. And we're not going anywhere. We welcome military personnel and their families. Transfer your prescriptions today. Griffith and File Drugstore and Soda Fountain, 1405 Chestnut Street, Canova. Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
Little General Stores knows West Virginia, but what some may not know is what LG is doing in your communities. And I'm here to tell you how Little General, with the strength of their 100+ stores, is helping to enrich lives and empower families in West Virginia. Like the Norma May Huggins Cancer Research Endowment Fund, which is fighting to cure cancer every day right here in West Virginia. Locally owned and operated, LG has always been there and always will be. Little General Stores, committed to West Virginians. Boom!
Welcome back, everybody. Chris Kidd here with you with Butch Mounts, our engineer, and Brian Shepard, our statistician and graphic organizer here this week. As you look at the Sophia lineup, Caden Bradbury leading things off, the opposing pitcher. Then you have Ashton Arthur, the shortstop, batting second. Batting third is the catcher Landon Riddle. In the cleanup spot is first baseman Silas Nelson. Batting fifth is right fielder Cash Lynch. Batting sixth is Hunter Austin, the second baseman. Batting seventh is Carter Hajash, the left fielder. In the eighth spot is Justin Williams, the third baseman. And Christian Linksweiler rounds things off in the number 9 spot, the left fielder. Or center fielder, excuse me. So now Jackson Hare deals with Bradbury to start things off. 1-0 the count. And Bradbury, 3 of 9 in this tournament. There's a strike, 1-1. Bradbury has 3 singles overall, 2 strikeouts, hitting the 2 fielders' choices, popped out and grounded out, has an RBI as well. They moved him to the top of the order today after he'd been in the number 9 spot in the 2 previous games, as that fastball swung on and missed, 1 and 2. Again, Sophia getting here by feeding Boone Northern on Saturday 5-3. Swing and a miss, strike 3 as Jackson Hare comes in and 4 pitches, strikes out the leadoff man Bradbury and 1 away. Then ended up defeating Logan, did Sophia, on Sunday 10-5. Got Monday off for the winners bracket final, but then Cerrito Canova just put a pounding on them 24-5 earlier tonight as Ashton Arthur takes a fastball for a strike, 0-1. Arthur 2 for 9 in the 3 games of this tournament. 2 singles, 3 groundouts, a fly out, hit into a fielder's choice, a pop out, and reached on an error. This one chopped back towards Hare. He'll run it over to first, underhands it to Bauer in time for out number 2. So 2 quick outs here. Just 6 pitches for Hare in the bottom of the first inning, and that'll bring up Landon Riddle. Riddle 3 for 9 in the tournament. 3 singles, 3 strikeouts, a ground out. Reached on 2 errors. Hit a sac fly and walked. He has an RBI in the tournament. First pitch across for a strike, 0-1. In defense for Mineral County, Catlett in left field, Bobo in center field, McKenzie in right field, Orndorff at third, Jacobs at short, Williamson at second, and Bauer at first, with Hare on the mound and Jesus Perdue behind the dish. That went right on the inside corner, so Hare hits the outside corner, then comes back and peppers the inside corner. Let's count even, or at 0-2, excuse me, as Hare looking for a quick 1-2-3 inning. And he gets it, curveball swinging and missing by Riddle. And that'll do it for the bottom of the first inning. We'll be back after this as you're watching the 2020 West Virginia Little League State Tournament with us right here on Video Productions.
General Stores knows West Virginia, but what some may not know is what LG is doing in your communities. And I'm here to tell you how Little General, with the strength of their 100-plus stores, is helping to enrich lives and empower families in West Virginia. Like the Norma May Huggins Cancer Research Endowment Fund, which is fighting to cure cancer every day right here in West Virginia. Locally owned and operated, LG has always been there and always will be. Little General Stores, committed to West Virginians. Boom!
As a member of the military, a military family, or a veteran, the last thing you should have to worry about is your prescriptions. At your locally owned Health Mart pharmacy, we'll transfer your prescriptions for you with no interruptions in service. Our pharmacists will be there to help answer questions and share tips and advice with a friendly, knowledgeable smile. And we're not going anywhere. We welcome military personnel and their families. Transfer your prescriptions today. Griffith and File Drugstore and Soda Fountain, 1405 Chestnut Street, Canova. Health Mart, caring for you.
Top of the second inning, we move. No score yet here in the elimination round final between Mineral County and Sophia. Chris Kidd with you. Butch Mounts, our engineer. Brian Shepard, our graphic organizer and statistician. And here you see our bracket. Again, the championship game was at 6 p.m. tomorrow. It's been moved up to noon because of inclement weather moving in. And Cerrito Canova already there. They'll face one of these two teams, and Canova has beaten both these ball clubs. Beat Mineral County in an absolute thriller on Sunday night, 8-6. They trailed that game 3-0 and then 6-3 before Cerrito Canova had a 3-run home run from Isaiah Sanders and a 2-run home run by Cole McChristian in the bottom of the fifth to prevail in that game. And they defeated Sophia earlier tonight, 24-5. But the little wrinkle in this is that tomorrow it's a do-or-die game. Again, the winner of this game doesn't have to beat Cerrito Canova twice. They just have to beat them once in order to be declared state champion. So a little bit of a different look than what you may be used to in a double elimination tournament. So not necessarily a true double elimination tournament, but we will have a state champion crowned tomorrow. And Cerrito Canova was smart earlier today as they pulled Harrison Riggs before he reached 20 pitches so that he'd be available tomorrow. And that's going to be the big thing going into tomorrow is what pitching is available, same as tonight. But so far, Bradbury and Hare have been efficient as Bradbury gets to have 1 and 2 now on Lucas Williamson, 1 for 7 in this tournament. This is outside, 2 and 2. Williamson has a single, 2 strikeouts, 5 walks in this tournament. Also has popped out, flew out, lined out, reached on an error, and was hit by a pitch. He has 2 RBIs to go along with that in this tournament. As he fouls that one off towards the screen, count stays at 2 and 2. Now here comes the 2-2. This one again fouled off, coming towards us, it looks like, and just over to the right. As Butch Mounts goes ducking for cover. Now Bradbury and Williamson in a duel here. Here comes another 2-2, and Bradbury finally wins the battle as he strikes Williamson out. The third strikeout now for Caden Bradbury. Batter now will be Cade Bauer. You see in our instant replay, Bradbury coming back on the inside and able to strike out Williamson. He gets ahead of Bauer on a swing and a miss, 0-1. Bauer, 5 of 9 in the tournament, 5 singles, 2 walks, 2 times he's been hit by a pitch, struck out, hit into a double play, popped out. He's walked and hit a sac fly along with 4 RBIs, and there's one down the right field line, and Bauer will reach for the first hit of the game on either side. That's now 600 average for Bauer in this tournament. As we said, you look through the lineup, everyone in the Mineral County lineup has got a hit thus far in this tournament. All but one player has more than one hit in this tournament. as Jeremiah Babo stands in. 4 of 12 overall in the tournament. 2 singles, 2 doubles, 2 groundouts, 2 strikeouts, a pop-out, a fly-out, hit into a fielder's choice, and reached on an error to go along with 3 RBIs as he rips one foul to the right. And this Mineral County team has had all sorts of different ball games thus far. Again, trailed 10-5 in their first game Saturday night against Fairmont. Had 2 outs, were still down 10-5, scored a run, and then a 3-run triple by by Jesus Perdue cut it to 1 as that pitch gets away and moves the runner over to second. But after Perdue, with the bases loaded, hit that 3-run triple, on the very next pitch, Lanson Orndorff blasted a 2-run home run over the left field wall to give Mineral County the lead 11-10 in the bottom of the 5th, and then held Fairmont scoreless for the only inning of the game in the top of the 6th. Strike on the outside corner will retire Babo. That's the 4th strikeout now of the game for Bradbury. Well, after that, as we mentioned, Mineral County got a taste of their own medicine the next night whenever they faced Cerrito Canova. They left 9 men on base in that game to Mineral County, as you see the pinpoint accuracy from Bradbury. But left 9 men on base, left the bases loaded twice, and only was able to get 1 run. They built a 3-0 lead before Cerrito came back and tied it at 3. Then took a 6-3 lead after a Lanson Orndorff 2-run home run. But then in the bottom of the 5th, a 3-run home run by Isaiah Sanders and then a 2-run home run from Cole McChristian gave them the win, as McChristian was able to hold Mineral County out in the top of the 6th. But then Mineral County took their frustration out on everybody yesterday, beating Boone Northern 16-0 in 3 innings, and then beating Fairmont in their rematch 16-1 in 3 innings. Again, in Little League play, if you're up by 15 runs at the end of 3 innings, then that'll be called the ball game as well. Mineral County scored 49 runs through 4 games. High chopper back up the middle, and that's through for a hit. That'll bring Bauer home, and Mineral County has run number 50 of this tournament now on the RBI double from Landon Catlett. That is his first RBI of the tournament, his 3rd hit overall, and his 2nd double of this tournament. He has a single to go along with that. But now Mineral County breaks through with 2 outs in the top of the 2nd inning. And that'll bring up Corbin McKenzie, 2 for 4 in this tournament, missing outside, 1-0. McKenzie hit a 3-run blast that ended the game against Boone Northern yesterday afternoon, put it at 16-0, and that was it. He also has singled, flown out, and struck out in this tournament, getting his 2nd start here tonight after getting the start last night. He was also at the plate whenever the game ended against Fairmont last night on an errant throw. So McKenzie's the in essence, closer at the plate, so to speak, for this Mineral County Ball Club. Now with a runner at 2nd, trying to extend this lead as Catlett, after the RBI double, gave them the lead this inning. Takes a strike on the outside corner. Now 3-1. There's strike on the outside corner as McKenzie thought it was a ball, but it looked like it hit that outside corner yet again. As we said, that's been called all week long here in Greenbrier. It's been a good pitch for these pitchers to hit. And now you see they line up on the outside again. This one slapped foul towards the right side. That woke up McGreevy standing over along the first base side. So Bradbury trying to keep this at a 1-0 game. Get this to the bottom of the 2nd for Sophia. And it's ball 4 low. So that'll bring it back to the top of the order now, as Jackson Hare stands in, struck out in his first plate appearance. Now here comes Bradbury to the lefty, misses outside, 1-0. Again, Mineral County from the eastern panhandle near Kaiser, again close to the state of Maryland, if you're unfamiliar with the area. That one misses high and tight. 2-0. I mentioned it before on the broadcast. Became a county in 1866 right after the Civil War and after West Virginia had become a state. Sophia, on the other hand, they're from Raleigh County, not too far away. Only 1,344 citizens as of the 2010 census report. That'll change after this year with the new census report coming out. So a smaller area, but Robert C. Byrd said to have been born there as well. So that's the home to the longtime senator from West Virginia. Now the count. 2 here, moves to 2-2 as he hits the inside corner with that fastball. So Bradbury, 1 strike away from getting out of trouble here on the top of the second inning, trying to strike out Hare for the second time. This one fouled off to the left. You see Mineral County making Bradbury work, much like we saw Cerrito Canova do to starting pitching from Sophia earlier. That's already 43 pitches for Bradbury, and he's not through the second inning yet. Again, 85 pitches is the most you can go in a ball game in Little League. That one misses and gets away as Riddle was waiting to see if that might be called strike 3 or not, but that allows both runners to move up, so a base hit here could score 2. 27 strikes and 17 balls thus far from Bradbury. And here comes another payoff pitch. That'll miss high, ball 4. And you had 2 out and a runner at first and no score. And since then you had the RBI double by Catlett, and now back-to-back walks will bring up Blake Jacobs. Reached on an error his last time up. He's got 6 RBIs in this tournament, has a chance to add to that total big time here as he takes a strike on the outside. This time he jams Jacobs on the inside corner as he pops it into the screen. So once again, Bradbury gets to 2 strikes. Hasn't been able to close the deal as of yet. Sophia desperately needing to keep this game close. We said this Mineral County club, they've been averaging over 12 runs a game coming into this contest tonight. This one hit hard towards second off the glove of Austin. Will score 1. Here comes McKenzie to the plate. The throw home not going to be in time. As the runners move up to second and third, it's now 3-0 in favor of Mineral County here in the top of the second inning. That's a tough play for Austin at second. That was a sharp hit ball by Jacobs. Just went off the bottom of his glove before it trickled into right field. We'll see how that gets scored here. As we take a look at it on our replay, here comes the throw in, but and Riddle got taken out there. Thankfully got up and is okay, and you see both of them, McKenzie checking on him, trying to let him know that wasn't intentional. Now you see Meeting at the mound here, and that will be an error on the play. So Jacobs has reached twice now on errors, but he's hit the ball hard both times, just been right at the infield. Now Sophia realizing their tournament life hanging in the balance here. Trailing 3-0 with second and third still and 2 out, and you've got the two of the 3 most dangerous hitters in this tournament coming up. Again, I'd say you'd have Orndorff, Jesus Perdue, and Isaiah Sanders in that category right now. Harrison Riggs not too far behind. But these 3 have just been absolutely killer whenever they've gotten to the plate. But Bradbury did strike out Perdue first time around tonight. I'm not sure what the delay is now. The umpire's walking along the third base side. It looks like maybe a player being checked on over here. It looks like Linksweiler is in the dugout. Maybe getting bandaged up a little bit. Maybe took a tumble out in center field a moment ago. But again, the championship game has been moved till noon tomorrow even as of now, weather's still a little bit in question. They're trying to move it up because thunderstorms and everything else. Okay, they said that the catcher's got a bloody nose, or it looks like Linksweiler's the one that has the bloody nose that's being checked on in the dugout, the center fielder. So that's what the issue is right now while he's being tended to. But as we said, the game tomorrow between Cerrito Canova and the winner of this game will be at noon. And that is if we can get it in. Again, just kind of looking at the weather that we see right now, it's saying rain could appear around 11 a.m. in the Lewisburg area. But then as the day moves along, it just gets worse and worse. So the tournament committee choosing to move that game from 6 p.m. until noon tomorrow to see if they can fit that in. Again, the weather even the rest of the week looks in question. So they're going to fight to try and get this concluded tomorrow as Jesus Perdue stands in, takes a strike on the outside corner. And Perdue, every time he's hit the ball, it's been hard off his bat. He's hit at some absolute rockets into right field this week. That pitch misses high, 1-1. That was pitch number 50 for Bradbury, so he's got 35 remaining in his arsenal. That one misses outside as well. 2 balls and a strike to the Mineral County catcher. That one misses outside as well, so 3-1. So if he walks Perdue, that would load the bases for Orndorff. I very seriously doubt Purdue's going to be taking on this pitch, and this could be a curveball coming here, and it misses low, ball 4. So now Orndorff will be the 9th man to come to the plate this inning. But still only 2 runs in thus far for Mineral County. They have got a chance to possibly break this game open right here. And Orndorff 8 for 12 in this tournament. Already has 2 big home runs to go along with this total, one against Fairmont, one against Cerrito Canova. Both of those over the weekend. There's a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Bradbury gets ahead initially. Here comes the pitch, lifted into right field, sinking fast, and that's going to fall in for a hit. That'll score 1. Here comes a throw to the plate, not going to be in time. And a 2 RBI single for Lanson Orndorff. Ups his RBI total now in this tournament to 14. And the lead now swells to 5-0 here in the top of the second. Now Lucas Williamson comes up for his second at bat of the inning. He struck out to start out the inning. Has Perdue at third and Orndorff at second. Strike on the outside corner, 0-1. This one chopped back up the middle, and that's through into center field for a hit. Now everybody on this Mineral County roster has 2 hits or more in this state tournament, and Lucas Williamson picks up his 3rd and 4th RBIs on the tournament. A 2 RBI single right back up the gut. It is now 7-0 in favor of Mineral County as their unbelievable hitting just continues on in this tournament. Now the 11th man this inning comes up, Cade Bauer. Bauer singled to right field to get things going this inning. There's a strike on the outside, 0-1. And 7 runs across this inning for Mineral County. Oh, and that one catches Bauer in the back. Bauer wasn't happy about it as he went over to first base. Bradbury tried to apologize, but Bauer wasn't happy about it. That's the 3rd time Bauer's been hit by a pitch in this tournament, and I'd say if I got hit that many times, I'd probably be a little fed up too at this point. But again, nothing intentional from Bradbury. That was just a pitch that got away from him. But nevertheless, your frustration's going to come out if you've been hit that many times. So now you got Jeremiah Bobo. Takes a fastball for a strike on the outside, 0-1. Bobo struck out earlier this inning. Since then, 8 straight have reached, and there's a swing and a miss by Bobo. Now the count 0-2. So another 2-strike count. Can Bradbury close the deal this time? No, that one misses just outside. And there's a swing and a miss, strike 3, so he strikes Bobo out for the second time this inning, as it was 2 outs and still no score. But after that, Mineral County erupts for 7 runs, and they lead at 7-0 off of 4 hits that inning as we move to the bottom of the second. You're watching the 2020 West Virginia Little League State Tournament with us right here on Video Productions. Seven to nothing, Mineral County leads it as we go to the bottom of the second inning. Chris Kidd here with you from Greenbrier County, West Virginia. Butch Mounts, our engineer. His first pitch by Silas Nelson fouled out of play to the right, 0-1. And Brian Shepard, our statistician and graphic organizer for this 2020 Little League State Tournament. And right now we appear to be on our way to a rematch of Sunday's absolute classic between Cerrito Canova and Mineral County. Cerrito defeated Sophia 24-5 earlier today in order to move into the state championship. Now we're in the finals of the losers bracket. Mineral County, with 7 runs on 4 hits in the top of the second inning, have put themselves in prime position to join them tomorrow at noon as Nelson fouls it out of play to the right again, still at 0-2. Nelson 5 of 11 in this tournament, has 3 doubles, 2 singles, 2 strikeouts, hit into a fielder's choice, lined out, and grounded out. He has 2 RBIs to his total as well.